Hello everybody and welcome to this quick demonstration showing you how easy it is in Shapr3D to create custom colorized panels inside a room like you see here. The method we will use is actually creating sketches which are floating in front of the walls and the floor. And then when we adjust the sketch, you see how the geometry below is adjusted and the colors will float with it. Curious how to do this? Let me show you. But before we get started, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification button so you will never miss any upcoming video. And now let's really get started. To colorize a wall or a floor, we can easily go into Visu, select the wall, give this one a color, select the floor surface and give that a color. But you see the problem is this applies to the whole selected surface. If the floor I would like to cut into 4 different segments, I need to slice it. I need to create individual faces which I could colorize. Let me show you how that works. So I undo everything, go to modeling, select my foundation, click isolate so the rest is gone. With that face selected, I create a sketch, one line to there, one line to there, and one line I go to there. Perfect. I can then move this around a little bit. Very nice. You do not want to have lines end somewhere in openness or crossover while this technically works. But when we do this, there's a fragment we later need to clean up. Extra work. So just draw it so they always end on each other. They can easily go over the body. That's fine. So let's exit the sketch and then we can select these edges and then exit the sketch, and look at that, we can move these edges away. The main reason why we do this is when the sketch is on the face, it basically works together with it, and it's difficult to project this sketch then on the surface below. So that's the reason why we do this step. We can then call the project command. Think about cookie cutter. That is our knife. And now we select that surface as a target. It should be not sketch, because we don't want just create a new sketch. We just want to slice that surface. And there we are. Now we have individual faces. We can go to Visu, select this face, and then we will add some colors that definitely will keep you awake. Great. When we go back to this view, you will see that if you continue moving everything around, the colors also update. That's actually really nice. It's very intuitive. Perfect. Okay. Let's say now we would like to split this face into 2 segments. So I can turn on section view, then on this face, create a sketch, draw a line. I only need one, exit the sketch, and then I will turn this one off. Just to show you it, if I go project, select this one, and select this, it's not really allowing me to project onto it. But in this 3D view, what I can do now is, you see, oh, there's a snapping point. Clock. Perfect. So that is quite nice. So maybe I go to there, then I select this line, exit, move this away, call the project command, project it. There we are. And then we can colorize this. Very easy. When you do it this way, it is pretty easy to make these things line up. But if I go ahead and change this one, you see there's a disconnect. All I need to do, however, is I just adjust this till this looks good again. Pretty cool. No? That's not so complicated. So we're now here, pretty much the same way. We don't necessarily have to do section cuts and isolate. We can just also go simply into a 3D view. After we edit the sketch, there we are. Here we do the same, select it, move it away, call the project command and project it. And then we colorize everything. Very nice. Look at that. Now it works actually pretty easy. If a certain area I would have an individual color, then I could also draw a closed shape. So I will go back here to this sketch by clicking on a line. I jump into the sketch and let's say I would like to have a rectangle that sits somewhere here. And you know what? We will do it this way. There's a line, and then I make this line and this line parallel. So they move. Cool. Okay, perfect. I can then use the trim command, remove all this stuff. There we are. Sweet. Cool. So exit sketch. Because this is a closed shape, I can project that onto here. Same way. Go to visualize. There we are. And give that another color. You see? Very easy. When you have all these sketches, you can give them names or you put them simply into a folder. I will rename this one floor wall split sketches or coloring or however you would like to call that. Sometimes you have these interesting leftover sketch containers. When you click them and nothing is selected, just delete them. And then you can hide them and they are gone. The last thing I would like to point out is, so this is not only just a colored area, that's also something we can continue modeling with. So I can select this face, then go to extrude and extrude a new platform from it. Let's say 6 inches. If I would like to create kind of like a spatial subdivision, kind of like think about it, there's a room or this is a zone. And then you see now this is actually an individual object. Very good. That is everything how you can color plan such a room with colors. In an end, logically, you can also substitute such a color with any type of available material. So let's say we have here, maybe let's go to fabric. We make this maybe felt there. Very good. And we can just make this a little bit bigger. When we zoom in, it's not so crazily tiled. The amount of materials you have in Shapr is a little bit limited, but this is not really a big problem because for ultra realistic rendering, then you can use, for example, external render programs, V-Ray or Blender. So when we export this as an OBJ or USDZ, the geometry will come with these colors, and then simply in the render program, we exchange these colors with materials that have the textures or colors we want. That's it.